Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of the Booze Geek. My name is Chuck, I am your host, and for those out there who don't know, I'm also an author. I write books on beer and booze and all that fun stuff. And for those of you who do know, I'm your resident beer snob and booze snob. How do you like that? Both. But anyways, good to see you again. And this episode, we're going to be tasting and reviewing a seasonal beer from Founders Brewing, which is located in Grand Rapids, Michigan, right about here, give or take. But this beer we're tasting is kind of a unique spin on your typical IPA. So this beer, they're calling this their Civilized Brut Dry IPA. So what this is, in theory, this beer is supposed to be brewed with some extra carbonation, and it's supposed to be dry, almost like you're drinking a dry brut champagne. So it should have some very interesting flavors on the palate, but more so, it should have a very interesting mouthfeel as well. I'm assuming it's gonna be a light-bodied beer, but on the palate feel, it just should be a little different. But anyways, so the stats on this: so this beer has a 6% ABV. And it's got an IBU of 45. And I kind of like the Civilized Brut. I like the play on the words too. That's kind of cool. And it's cool coloring on the can. But anyways, let's crack this open and let's see how they did with this Civilized Brut. Here we go. Cracking it open right now. Ooh. A little bit of smoke on the, smoke coming out. Not too much. Here my glass. Give this a nice little pour. Alrighty then. Ooh, very light color, very light golden amber. It's about a 1 finger veil of carbonation on there, but the color is really, really light. But so far so good. And it's bubbling just like champagne there, extra carbonation and all. We see the bubbles still going to the top. But let's give this a swirl. We'll give this a nose. Open this up nicely. Let's give it one more sniff here. Got some nice citrus aromas here. Some tangerine. There's some orange. A little bit of apricot and also a little bit of peach as well. So very citrusy on the nose. Keeps swirling this. So let's give this a swig and see. I said I'm very curious about the mouthfeel, so let's give this a nice swirl and let's give this a swig. Wow, that's really different. That's really, really different. It is, yeah, as I predicted, it's a very light-bodied beer, but on the palate, it is really, really different. It's just the extra carbonation and the dryness of it. It does almost give it a champagne or a sparkling wine-esque feel in your mouth. It really does. It pulls it off really, really nicely. Let me give this one more sip here. Yeah, this is a unique one. Now, flavor profile, though, this for me is kind of where it's falling a little flat. There is some earthiness to it. There's a little bit of cracker to it. And there is there's also a minerality to it, which, you would find in some champagnes and sparkling wines. You do, in some wines in general, you do get a minerality. But the contrast is, for as citrusy and as fruity as the aromas are, the flavors in the beer are the opposite. They're actually more earthy. I said there is some slight pine. There's some mineral aspects to it. Give this one more sip. And there's a slight dankness on the back end. But I will also say that the flavor does die out really, really quick. It kind of hits you. You get that kind of rush, and then boom, kind of poo-poos out. But overall, I do like the uniqueness of this. I'm going to give this, a 7.5 because, like I said, I do like the uniqueness. I like the direction they took. My only really big complaint, I think it kind of falls flat on the flavor profile. I really like the aromas. But yeah, it is a totally different, unique take on an IPA. I would definitely seek it out. I think it's available December through March or December through February, right in there. But definitely seek this one out because it is a pretty cool, unique tasting beer. So I want to thank you everyone for tuning in. And as always, you can follow me at the website, which is www.pubshaveapintin.com, or the blog, www.pubshaveapintin.blogspot.com. If you guys like the video, please give us a thumbs up. Maybe leave a comment down below. And if you're new, please subscribe to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you on the next episode. Prost! Cheers! And enjoy!